Snow is falling all around us. Jakey's gardening, having fun. It's the season, nothing's even growing. Happy gardening, everyone. I hope you enjoyed that song. Hi everyone, as you can see, we've had a bit of snow in the northeast of England and it's very chilly. Very, very chilly. And today we're going to be trying to overwinter my chilies. Now these are my two chili plants that I've got in my greenhouse. And most people would just throw them in the trash and just treat them as an annual. But little do people know that chilies are actually a perennial and they can be saved given the right care. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to be putting these to sleep for the winter and hopefully they'll spring back to life in the spring, giving us a nice head start. So what I'm going to do is first of all, I'm going to pick off all the chilies and then we'll get down to business and get them cut back and put to bed. Yes. So that's all of the chilies picked off the plants. So quickly, I just want to touch on something. So some of you might be wondering, what does overwintering mean? And overwintering basically means that we're going to give the plant the best chance of surviving the winter, especially plants like this that's not native to your country. So these are native to like South America, where it's a lot warmer and they don't get winters like we do here in the UK. So that's basically what it means if you didn't know. So next we're going to just look at the plants, and on mine there's a lot of growth at the bottom, as you can see. Now I'm going to trim all of this growth off because, as you can see there, the chilies are actually touching the soil and we don't really want all that growth at the bottom. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to strip all the growth from the bottom. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to start taking some of these branches out. Try and give nice clean cuts. So don't want to stress the plant out too much trying to heal back from bad cuts. So I've took out all of the smaller lower branches, and as you can see, the plant goes up and it forks out there and there. I just want to try and leave that V, because that's where all of the new growth's going to come from next year. So I'm going to go ahead now and start trimming back. Don't go too fast. It's not a race, is it? Because sometimes it's pretty hard to see what you're doing until you start to remove some bits. Now, as you can see, you've got like nodes. You've got a node there and a node there. You don't want to be cutting there between nodes. You want to cut to a node, because if you cut there, from there to there will rot. So you always want to cut to a node, like that. And like that. Because the nodes is where the new leaves and stems will grow from. Now it's pretty much entirely up to you which way you train yours. There's no really right or wrong answer. If you want yours to grow up like a lollipop, then you can sort of think about which way you're going to cut things. Or you might want yours to grow a certain way. So that's entirely up to you. Now I'm going to cut all the leaves off as well. We don't really want any leaves on or fruit. So this one now, it's basically done. Now it does look drastic, don't get us wrong, but we've forced this now into a state of dormancy. And now this has got a lot more chance of surviving the winter than this. So now I'm going to go ahead and pretty much copy what I've done there on this one. When you look, you can pretty much just see where the main fork is. And that's what I like to do. I like just to prune up to that sort of main fork. So I've just finished this one now as well. As you can see, that's them both done. And now with all this trim, I've just had an idea. I'm thinking, I wonder if we can take cuttings from this sort of stuff. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take it home and I'm going to put it inside my grow tent. And I'm going to attempt to take the cuttings from them. Why not? Might as well try it. So after we've cut them back like this, next it's a good idea to dig them up, get rid of all the old soil, and and pot them up into fresh soil. But you've got to understand that these plants right now, they'll be stressed out of their heads. So what I like to do, if I'm going to do that, is I'll let them sort of recover for a few days. Then I'll pot them up into fresh soil. But it wasn't really that long ago when I potted them up. So this soil is fairly fresh. So I'm not going to bother this year. And I've done that before in the past, and it's still worked just as well, to be honest. And when it comes to watering, us don't really want to be watering these at all, because now that they're dormant, they're not really going to be actively grown. So we don't want this soil wet, or that's just going to be causing problems. So I would only really water when the soil is bone dry. And all we need to do now is we just need to put them somewhere warm. So probably on like a windowsill in the house will be ideal. I don't think that this greenhouse is going to be warm enough. I think in the depths of the winter that in here it'll get down to probably in the minuses. So it's not going to be warm enough to be kept in this greenhouse. I wouldn't have thought. But as long as they're kept somewhere where the frost's not going to kill them. And to be honest, I don't even think that the light would really that matter as well, because you've got to think there's no leaves. So I don't really think that the light will be an issue. So even in the shade, I still think that they'll be fine, just as long as that there's no chance of frost killing them. So yeah, I think I will take these on, and I think I will definitely try and take cuttings from them, and I'm definitely going to take these on. I want to make myself some nice salt and pepper chips in tonight. Now you've got to bear in mind this doesn't always work. It's not foolproof. It's one of them where it's all down to experience. You've got to just try. After all, the plant wants to survive. You've got to remember that. It doesn't want to die. So just as long as you store it somewhere where it's not going to be too cold, I'm sure that they'll be just fine. And if they're not, it's not the end of the world. We'll just grow some more next year from seed. But it's definitely worth trying, because you're going to skip out the whole seedling stage. And if you've grew chilies from seed before, you'll know that like they're really slow grown, and this way we're going to get a better harvest next year. Now, I'm no expert gardener by any means, but if you're watching this video and you're a bit more experienced than me and you think that I've made some mistakes, please leave a comment and just let us know where I've went wrong. And if you're a bit of a beginner gardener, have a look in the comments and you might be able to learn something. So that's it, and I hope you enjoyed the video, and stick around next year and hopefully these will survive. I'll see you next time.